Was Peter Capaldi in Black Mirror based on you? The Throng had an intelligence of a certain kind. It's obviously, I think a lot of it is based on me. I think what Charlie's doing is he's going to bring it all round to me. I think, when I was asked to be in or audition for that Bandersnatch, and because, I was in the Weekly White, I'm telling you, I'm fucking telling you, somehow this is all about me. Somehow. Somehow this is all about me. I'll explain. As I said in my autobiography, I'm slowly working it out. Right? It's slowly dawning. I don't know if you've seen The Truman Show, but you know how when he starts to suspect, is something going on here? And he's just kind of like looking about, he's just sort of like sitting about outside like that. Looking about, just watching people talking to each other and things like that. It's like, is something going on here? That's what's happening to me. I just sometimes feel that there's a camera on me. No. As I said in my autobiography, in 2000, I had a website that I started, Limmy.com, where I put my wee flash things, interactive things that I made and all the rest of it. There was two things to begin with, and one of them was a thing called Come Again, which is basically a picture of page 3 model Sam Fox, topless, kind of this sort of square. It was basically a wee kind of shagging thing, so it's a wee outline of what was meant to be a cock and a fanny, but it kind of looks more like a cricket stump sort of thing. It's kind of like an upside down T, an outline of T, with a kind of thing like that. That, kind of like that type of thing. And you move up and down to sort of shag. And every time you do it, it makes a kind of porn sound. I got it for some fucking porn video that this is before you could download it. I think I actually fucking hid an actual VHS video and then converted it. No, did I? Did I? No, I don't think I did. Anyway, I got porn stuff, voices and things like that. So every time you do the kind of shagging thing, it's kind of, like that. You do that, and it says like come, what does it say? O-O-O-H. Made of wee squares, outlines. And for each of them, it fills in. And for each letter you do, you finish, there's a wee speaking bit taken for a porno. And it ends where you hear some woman going like that. Oh, you got to make me come again, right? This is really, just out of the 90s, early 2000s, really, really dirty stuff that you just wouldn't get away with these days. Really hot, raunchy stuff that I made when I was 24. Really blue. You wouldn't get away with it these days. It's far too blue. And the background music was Love Action by the Human League. The other thing that I had on Limmy.com was this thing called Scream If You Want to Go Faster, which is basically like a wee kind of soundboard or the things you would hear at the shows. Like, do you want to go faster? Then scream! Get on the outside, the left side is the fast side. Things like that. And the background music to that was Fascination. In brackets, Keep Feeling Fascination by the Human League. Right? So they're two wee playthings that I had on my website, Limmy.com, in 2000, right? And lots of people had all these websites, wee personal sort of, no portfolio sites, but wee things where they would put things they've made back then, back in the early days. Then out came the teleseries Nathan Barley, which I think was co-written. It was based on like Charlie Brooker's. It's like a kind of internet thing he did. I was he had like a kind of fake Radio Times listing thing, and he had a program in it called Cunt, maybe, and it sort of had a description in it. TV Go Home, so that was right. And then it actually got made into a program called Nathan Barley, called him and Chris Morris, I think, right? And it's about some fucking irritating wank that works in like new media, as it was called back then. Basically, what I did and a lot of people did back then. And he had a website, and it's all about him. That's what I had. A lot of people had that. No, quite that fucking annoying. And there's a bit in that teleseries where he's on a bus with his phone, which is called a speech tool, right? Trashbat.i. whatever it was it trash.bat actually? I don't know. He's pressing his phone, and it's like a wee soundboard on his fucking phone on the bus. And he's like annoying people, that fucking hell. And it's like all porn sounds, like that. Right? Which is nothing new. But that, in combination with the fact that, see this Nathan Barley cunt, he says to the camera at some point, like, it's meant to be like for his website. He says something like, keep feeling fascination. Looking, learning, moving on, or something like that. He basically just says the words to the lyrics. He just kind of speaks the lyrics of Fascination by the Human League. And I'm like, that's like, I had a website kind of like that. Kinda. I only had two things on it to begin with. One of them was Fascination. The music was Fascination by the Human League, which he quotes. The other one was this kind of porn sort of sound type of thing. The only two things I had on it were that. And it's kind of like internet. And I said to him, because I met him, like my agent arranged this meeting, like, because he was asking, that's when he was first talking about Black Mirror. He's got this thing coming out. Don't know if he called it Black Mirror at that point, but he described basically the first episode. So it's before Black Mirror, and said, if you want to contribute, if you want to send us something to contribute, he didn't go like that. If you just anything, you send me anything, and I'll stick it in, because I did send him anything and didn't like it. But I said to him, I think I said to him, did I say him to his face, or I said, I've been meaning to ask you. You know how you did Nathan Barley? Yeah. I said, did you know my website back then or anything? He's like, no. What? I says, because no, I know this. I don't know what I said to him. I maybe said something along the lines of, I know this sounds para or self-centered or whatever. This is real, aye. No, this is real. This isn't improv. This is real. I said because, and I described everything that I said there, and I said, he says, no, I don't think. I says, I'm not saying you based Nathan Barley on me or anything like that, because that's not what my website was, and that's not what I did, and I'm not that fucking mental. But I just wonder, I've just always wondered since I saw that. I thought, did he sort of, when he was writing this character and when he was sort of like looking up the various wanks of the internet, Did you look at this person's website and that person's website, this one and that one, that one and that one, that one and that one, that one and that one, and then you stumbled across mine as well. Fucking fascination, porn sounds right. No, no. Next, this one, that one, that. Like, did you do a bit of research on all the various wanks who had websites at that time? And I was maybe like one of them that popped up. He went, no. I went, right. I had to ask. This is like that hypothetical Joss Stone convo, but in real life. Aye, no, that's not actually happened. So that's that. And then, but then I was in Weekly Wipe and all the rest of it. And then I was asked if I wanted to, I don't know, audition for that Bandersnatch role. And then I couldn't. And then, aye. So this most recent series, there's a Scottish guy. Peter Capaldi plays some Scottish guy who is like a games reviewer guy. I was never a games reviewer guy or anything like that. But he works in that. He goes to interview that guy in Bandersnatch, played by Will Poulter or whatever it is, right? Except the character, Peter Capaldi's character that goes to interview him, is Scottish, right? So that's obviously me. That's obviously me, right? A guy that's lost the plot. That's me. Poulter. That's me. You know, Bandersnatch, and I was asked to sort of maybe be in it, and I couldn't be in it. So he's brought it back again. And he's put a Scottish person. It's meant to be me somehow. I don't know. No, I've just got the wee thread. I've just got the beginning of it. You know, that wee, you know, just to pull the thread. I'll get into that. I've not worked it out yet, but I will. And the fact that he's trying to work everything out, he's trying to work stuff out like I'm trying to work it out right now. It's all like Inception, fucking, you know, meta and all that. And then, what's the other episodes? Alright, that's fuck all to do with me. The one where, kinda, you know, the brain thing, the brain damage, the brain damage kind of thing, and then the implant sort of thing to help with that whole thing, and then the, you know, doing stuff for money. I do stuff for money. I remember I used to dab for subs. See, I debase myself on, you know, in front of the camera for money, right? That's me. Brain damage. Brian is brain damaged. Remember, I said in secondary school, my English teacher wrote on the blackboard, Brian is brain damaged. Thought it was a kind of clever, like, but a kind of anagram humour. You know, Brian, Brian, is Brain, damaged. Like that. And I took a beamer. So I'm brain damaged. I'm Brian. I'm brain damaged, probably, in some sort of way. But the most recent episode that I watched, Eulogy, and these spoilers, right? Chris O'Dowd, that's right, I met Chris O'Dowd. I interacted with Chris O'Dowd in the IT crowd when I was on that, when I was asked to be on that by that guy that, I don't know, something, he just sort of vanished, didn't he? He wrote that and then he vanished. He did a what's his name? Him for the Manic Street Preachers, Richie. Thingy just gone. Him and Morrissey. U-Cake, bid. Pudgy, thanks for subs. I've decided to become an alcoholic now I'm in my 30s. Any advice for making the most of it? Fucking hit the drink. So it's quite simple. The most recent episode that I watched was Eulogy, and it's basically this is spoiling the first 5 minutes. Basically, a sad and lonely grey man played by what's his name? Him that plays the same character and everything that he does, smart ass, kinda, you know, is cantankerous the word? Paul Giamatti, aye. You know, just always like, you know, smart ass, and he's just always kind of annoyed and correcting people. Same guy. That's me. It's asked. It's told that somebody has died for when he was younger, that he knew when he was younger, and is asked to contribute to the. I don't know. Contribute to the eulogy. Do a eulogy. I don't know. He's like, oh, I want to be able to make it. It's just not. It's all electronic, and basically it's sort of implant thing. Not an implant. We think you stick to your head, and you think back to the memories, and it does this thing. Right. I won't spoil it, but part of it is him looking at 40s. Is looking at 40s. And by looking at the 40, his old 40s, it sort of, he remembers back what it was like. And, oh, I remember that 40 and I was there and I was doing this and I was doing that. It's my fucking Millport sketch. It's Millport. Sad old man, grey, bitter, you know, kind of bitter and, oh, that's fucking, this is all me. This whole fucking Black Mirror thing is me. I don't know why I'm looking for cameras, because there's one right there. So I'm going to say to him, I'm going to meet up with him. I'm going to say, I'm ready to claim my prize. Is it one of those things that you, like, you got to work out all the clues and then you get, I don't know, coordinates or something, and I go there with a spade, dig it up, and there's like a Fabergé egg, maybe, or maybe goes like that. Congratulations, you've worked it out. Are you ready for your prize? Aye. And then he stabs me with a Rambo knife. You know, based on that story that I gave him that he rejected. Fucking good story idea, by the way. Really good.